Welcome, Pastor, Ministry Leader, to this week's Marry the Vision V-Mail. I'm Ron Jutze. For the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you some things that I pray will lift your spirit, strengthen you in your relationship with Jesus Christ, and encourage you in fulfilling the ministry assignment that He, the Lord Jesus, has entrusted to you. So today I want to talk to you about effective communication with your team or organization. You know, over the last 20 years of doing leadership workshops and seminars all over the country, I've had the privilege to speak to thousands of leaders in hundreds of different cities and in various communities. Here's the one question that I would repeatedly ask them. In your experience as a leader, what would you say is the most valuable skill needed to successfully lead your team or organization? The response was always overwhelming. They said, effective communication. Now, why is that? Think about it. Because as a ministry leader, you communicate regularly and in various ways. You communicate to your staff in staff meetings, to volunteers in department head meetings or department meetings or even ministry-led events. You communicate to your members and attenders in the different church services that you have. You may even have a blog that you write or a podcast that you offer. Possibly a TV show to a viewing audience. I mean, you get the idea, right? Communication is an essential part of everything we do. Therefore, it requires an intentional effort on our part to further develop and enhance our communication skills so that we will be more effective in leading our teams and organizations. Not to mention that it sharpens our public speaking skills as well. I know you know this. Just because we talk and use words doesn't mean we are effectively communicating our message to the team that we lead or even to the audience that we happen to be speaking to. Let me give you an example. If I were to say to you, I have a maroon car, can you tell me what car I'm driving? Well, of course not. I mean, unless you physically saw my car or a picture of it, or I gave you more of a description, you would be limited in your information to properly tell me what car I'm driving. Now, this limited information would absolutely hinder you, and it also creates a communication disconnect due to the limited information, and then the result becomes ineffective communication. And this happens all the time in organizations. The leader knows exactly what they're seeing or what they're thinking, but they don't always effectively communicate the details that are needed to the hearing party so that they can correctly comprehend the message that's being sent. Therefore, it hinders their ability to act and to fruitfully carry out the function they've been entrusted with. Then the leader gets frustrated and may even say something like this, "But I told them that it was a maroon car, for God's sake. They should know what I meant." No. Here's the tough reality. Unless you and I as leaders give them the needed filter to process the communication, they're going to have to rely on their own filter to process what they thought we meant. And this is going to lead to misunderstandings. It's going to lead to possible tensions among the team and definitely unproductive outcomes. Now, why is that? Here's why. Because God Himself created the mind to think in images or pictures. Now, those images are based on reference points. Those are the filters that interpret the information that's being shared. Now, because of that, how would somebody know what the color maroon is without a reference point of a picture displaying the color and then the name under it that says maroon? So now, when you read or hear maroon, your mind immediately sees the color reference of maroon that has been given. Now, honestly, I got to tell you, unfortunately, I've had to learn this the hard way in leading my teams. And therefore, I've developed a 5-question template that has helped me to piece together a proper, accurate picture when I'm communicating, like a puzzle, to increase my effectiveness in communication with my team and even in sermon preparation. Now, I trust that these 5 communication pieces will also assist you in effectively communicating to the team you lead. These 5 piece points will sharpen you, and they'll help your team in creating the needed reference points for casting vision, giving directions, right? Communicating expectations, recruiting volunteers, preparing sermons, planning events. I mean, even in the sharing of announcements. Now, here are the 5 communication pieces. Let's walk through them. Number 1, the what question. What are we doing? This is the project piece. Number 2, the why question. Why are we doing it? This is the purpose piece. Number 3, the how question. How are we doing it? This is the plan piece or planning piece. Number 4, the who question. Who needs to be involved or engaged? This is the people piece. And the last one, number 5, the when question. When are we doing it? This is the prescribed timeline piece. Now, in next week's video email, I'm going to unpack these 5 pieces with some practical examples that you and your team face in regular communication. And I know that you feel right now that I'm leaving you hanging. Bear with me. I've got a homework assignment for you. Before next week's video email comes out, here's what I'm asking you to do. Download this PDF that I provided in this video email. I'm asking you, review the points that I've listed about the mind, thinking, and images, and then review the 5-piece question template that I've provided. Now, as you're reviewing it, I am certain that this is going to help prepare you because these 5 pieces are going to be a useful tool that will assist you in becoming more effective in your communication with your team and within your church. So hang with me. Join me next week in this email that's coming out, and we'll unpack the 5-piece template that helps me in effective communication. Now, if this has been insightful and encouraging to you, maybe even prompted some interest, would you please share it with another pastor or ministry leader? As a matter of fact, you could forward them this email, or you could invite them to join our weekly emails. Let them know how much they've ministered to you, and encourage them to go to marrythevision.com and to sign up for themselves for this weekly email. Pastor, ministry leader, I need your help. Help me reach across the table and around the world to support pastors and ministry leaders in fulfilling their ministry assignment. I know they're crying out to God for that kind of help and assistance. And that's what my heavenly assignment is, to come alongside and to help them in fulfilling their heavenly assignment. Until next week, this is Ron Jutze. I am committed to your ministry success in Jesus Christ. Thank you for watching this video. Please take the time, browse other videos on our Marry the Vision YouTube channel. You can help us by subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, and sharing a video. Continue to pursue Jesus